Okay, guys, we're live from Steve's house. This is Steve's garage. We're going to flip kind of back and forth between two different angles because we're in Steve's garage, but we got a surprise for you guys, other than the fact that obviously Steve's car is right behind us. I'm down here in Texas. We had a Vets for Vets car show, and it went pretty well. We're going to talk a lot about that in a little bit, but we're also going to talk a lot about the Z06. We're going to talk a lot about a special guest we have hiding off camera here, because I want everybody to understand that this particular guest could be any one of you guys, anybody who wants to support the channel, subscribe to the channel, any of our channels. This could be you sitting over here. So anyway, can you guys hear us all? Does everything sound good? Let us know in the comments if you're able to hear us, if it sounds okay.
Shane's clapping. He's right there.
What's up, Andrew? Great White North. Amber's on. Hello, Amber. It's been a little while. Who else? We got Shane, of course. Elijah. Ralph Cruz. What's up, Ralph? How you doing? Dad's Garage was on the live. So, yeah.
It's been a long time since we've seen him. Like an hour?
Sounds good. All right, guys, I think we're good. So Kevin's on. What's up, everybody? It's been 31 weeks, I think now. I think we've had 31 episodes of these, which is pretty crazy. I think it's actually 32.
We'll just call it 33, just to keep down.
I was going to say, I don't actually recall now, but I'm going to flip over to another angle here for you guys to see a special guest. So like I said, guys, this could be any one of you, and you guys aren't going to even notice necessarily who this is until I tell you, but here he is. There in the corner. Say hi.
Hey, how you doing, everybody?
He's like this tall.
What's up? Thumbs up.
He's way up.
He's in a really small chair.
He's at the kitty table.
Exactly.
All right, so guys, that's Shane.
Shane Rick.
That is Shane Rick. He is the guy who is constantly telling on you guys about thumbs ups. Yeah. And he's still going to do it because he's on his phone over there. He's still going to tell on you. So you better keep those thumbs up. But anyway, guys, Shane is here. He's a really cool dude. We met him at Corvettes at Carlisle. He came down here to Texas. I flew down to Texas as well for the same reason, Vets for Vets car show. We are still looking to raise as much money for the veterans through the Vets for Vets event. I know a lot of you guys couldn't make it, but if you would be so kind, there is a link in the description down below that you can still donate to the Vets for Vets foundation, or I guess it's the One Tribe.
One Tribe.
And that's, Jason will tell you what that's about because I can never remember.
So the great thing about One Tribe is it's not a large foundation, so that basically all the people at the top, they've taken a bunch of donations, they keep a bunch of the donations, and then they spread a few, nickels out to the different people. This is a foundation that actually the money that we donate goes to help the veterans. And what it is for a lot of veterans come back. Unfortunately, the suicide rate for veterans is actually really high. So they have counselors that help them work, and integrate back into society. So they're, YouTube, Dad's Garage actually was the one that kind of helped me find this foundation through some people he knows that are really involved in this kind of thing. So I thank him for that hookup, and we, it went really well this weekend.
Yeah, so guys, like I said, if you're interested in helping the vets, even if you couldn't make it to the car show, check out the link below. You can still donate and still show your support, which would be pretty cool. But let's take a look at some comments here, guys. We do have a lot of information to cover here tonight about the Z06. If you haven't been watching, the C8 Corvette Z06 has started to make some deliveries. So some of the lucky customers out there have started taking delivery of this car. And I know most of you probably already know that Speed Phenom has, but there's some people who aren't YouTubers, aren't people of influence of any kind, that have gotten their cars as well, and they have some things to say too. So we're gonna check in on that in a second, but let's take a look at the comments here real quick. We got some people saying hi, Shane, Great White North Corvette, Dr. Corvette, Amber, what's up, Doc?
Stupid fast truck.
Stupid fast truck, yeah. So guys, like I said, Shane's a really cool dude. He came down here to support the cause, and yeah, look at him. I mean, what an awesome guy! Seriously, you guys should come out to Corvettes at Carlisle this upcoming year so you can meet him. He'll be there as well. One of the coolest dudes I've ever met, and he's a subscriber and a supporter of the channel. So we appreciate it.
You know, one of the things I noticed about Shane, because I spent a lot of time with him at Corvettes at Carlisle, and he's somebody that gets things done. It was so interesting to see him. Whenever there would be like a little crisis going on, he was immediately, I could see his brain working on how he was going to correct it and fix it. And man, the guy always comes through. It was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, he really is a good dude. Yeah. So between Shane and Jason and one other subscriber, Steve, not this one, but another one, they were setting up my tent, my HPO tent at Carlisle every day. Before I even got there, it was already up and running, ready to go. It was freaking awesome. 11-second Eclipse is here. He's telling all you guys out there, you want to hit that thumbs up, guys. Let us know you're liking the content. Let us know if you're liking the new atmosphere here. Maybe I'll just move into Steve's garage and just make this my
move to Texas.
This is gonna be my house.
You can drive it year round.
Yeah, that's true. Amber says Shannon is amazing, so she might be leaving me for him.
Leaving? I think she already left.
Yeah, she's not even here. All right, so like I said, guys, the link is in the description down below if you would like to help benefit the veterans. But for now, we're going to swap over to the web browser. So we are over at the Corvette, the mid-engine Corvette forum.com. This is a thread over here that is talking about 500 miles on a Z06 and his initial observations. So this is a brand new Z06 he just picked up. It's not a Z07 package car. It is just your typical Z06 with no aero for the most part. It looks like very minimal aero at least. And he's talking about his experience with it so far. So this is a guy who's not a YouTuber. He's not an Instagrammer that I know of. Not famous in any way. So he's not getting the car just because he's some guy with a status. He was able to actually, you on Steve's phone? Anyway, if we scroll down here, though, he gives us a bunch of different information, and there's a lot to read here, but he goes over the pros. So as you can expect with the Z06, it's got amazing sound. He says that if you've had Corvettes before, it takes a little bit of getting used to. It's like you're watching a movie and the wrong sound has been dubbed in because it's not quite, your typical Corvette sound. The ride quality, he said there was some expectations of a harsh ride, but not so much in his base Z06 car. The ride's not too soft, but it won't garner any complaints from my wife either. So sounds like the ride quality of the Z06 is not as stiff as you would expect it to be, given that it is a track-focused car. Now, this again is the Z06, not the Z07 package car. The Z07 is 10% stiffer than the Z06, which is not that much stiffer. So there's a good chance you're not really going to get much of a more aggressive ride than this anyway. So these kind of reviews from the actual end user are really good to hear. The engine, it says the concerns of vibration from the flat plane crank engine are unwarranted. I'm not sure how the engineers on the Corvette team did it, but there is no vibration from the engine. So that's a fantastic thing to hear. The interior is very C8 familiar, with some nice Z06 touches with the dash displays at startup and stuff like that. But for the most part, the interior is the same as it is on the C8. Exterior, he says, I have a base car with no aero options. I like the look of no additional front splitter, and the base wing with the taller wicker bill looks great. Doesn't affect the rear view and doesn't make trunk access for an old guy an issue. So those are all the pros. Now, getting into the cons, he says he's at 545 miles and he is 1/4 of a tank into his third tank of fuel. Some of this is the driver's fault. However, for the 365-mile trip home from the dealer, his best 50 was 21.6 miles per gallon. She's a thirsty girl in town and under spirited acceleration. The first 500, honestly, probably the first 2,000 miles of any new car are really hard to judge the miles per gallon or the fuel range you're going to get because you're typically buried 90% of the throttle most of the time. So this isn't really a great way to judge this, but at the same time, there's not a whole lot of these cars out there, so we got to take what we can get. He says also that for some reason with the stealth interior trim, the bezel around the shift buttons is still shiny. Seems like it should be stealth as well. Seems like maybe he's having a little bit of a quality control issue, or maybe they just forgot to paint that. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be painted. Acceleration from a complete stop seems a little bit sluggish if you granny drive it. Not really a con, just not the way the car was engineered to be driven. So, like I said, guys, there's a lot of reading to go on here. I really like his spec here. It actually looks really good. The Elkhart Lake Blue with the silver Z06 badges, the silver Z06 wheels. Yeah, it's looking really good. So, guys, Shane's telling on you. He's right over here in the corner, and he's still telling on you guys. We got 42 thumbs up with 98 watching. We could really, really like to see those numbers bump up a little bit. Like to see, you know, obviously we want to have around 200 by the time these are done. And would be really cool. But one more thing, guys, I want to talk about is down at the, over here. You can see up here. That's a picture of 3 different Corvettes from XPEL Dallas. So we were just there because there's Jason and Steve. They got their cars expelled there at XPEL Dallas. And while we were there, me and Jason took some pictures of the fact that there was 2 other C8 Corvettes that were there. One of them's not even Steve's. There would have been 4 if his was still there.
Steve ran home because it was raining.
Yeah.
I was like,
but you can see Jason's car there is the Accelerate Yellow. Right beside it is a Red Mist, and behind it is an Elkhart Lake Blue. Those are all 3 2023 C8 Corvettes sitting at XPEL Dallas getting some XPEL work. Like I said, that is going to be our car of the week picture. If you'd like to have your car featured on there, feel free to shoot me an email, horsepowerobsessed@gmail.com, or send a picture over to the guys at Vet Syndicate. So just Vet Syndicate Instagram, send them a message, and include a picture of your car, and they will make sure that we all take a look at it, and we'll put yours up there if yours is the one that we like the most that week. So anyway, moving back to the browser here, we're going to talk a little bit more about the Z06. Looks like we got 55 thumbs up currently. We could definitely use those numbers pumped up, guys. If you like the Z06, smash that thumbs up button. Moving on, though, after the kind of consumer or customer review of the Z06, we do have some other things to talk about. And the big one, of course, is going to be the fact that we have a dyno on the new Z06 already, thanks to Speed Phenom. He managed to hit 610 horsepower to the wheels, which is really, really impressive. So a naturally aspirated engine hitting 610 horsepower to the wheels, and that is about 10 to 15, depending on your car, 10 to 15 horsepower more than the C7 Corvette Z06. So not a massive amount more. It's right in line with what the C7 Z06, the manual version at least, was putting down. But the torque on the engine is, we knew it was going to be lower because it is a flat plane crank, but 419 is pretty low. Now, obviously, that's not really the whole picture with the flat plane crank engine. You like to have these things running at 8,000 RPM usually around the track, and this thing is going to produce some serious horsepower. So if you guys have not seen it yet, Speed Phenom did take delivery of a Z06 with a Z07 package, really optioned out. So he has the carbon fiber wheels and everything. It's really something else. Yeah, so Joey B looks like he's asking cost for total car PPF. So Joey B, typically you're going to be right around $5,000 to $6,000 for an entire C8 Corvette, depending on the car that you're looking at. The size of the car definitely varies the price, but usually around $5,000 to $6,000. If you're in the Florida area or even in the Pennsylvania area, I can definitely get you hooked up with at either my shop or my business partner's shop. General Lee's on. What's up, General? Nice to see you. We got everybody in the house here today. So we got Jason, Steve, and me all in the same room for the first time ever. So this is my first time meeting Steve. I've met Jason a couple times. Him and I have spent some.
This is Carlisle next year.
Yeah, this is Carlisle.
And one more Carlisle.
Oh yeah, we can't forget Shane. So.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, guys, hit that thumbs up button. Let us know you're liking the content. This is Shane. I feel like I introduced him once and I keep forgetting. I got to continually introduce people because of the fact that everybody keeps joining on the channel. But this is Shane. This is the guy that tells on you guys about the thumbs ups and everything. So if you could hit that thumbs up. If not, Shane is going to tell on you, and you're going to get in trouble. So anyway, General, this is going to be Corvettes of Carlisle. These 4 guys here, we're all going to be at Corvettes of Carlisle next year, including another Steve.
Yep.
And whoever else wants to come by and hang out at the tent, feel free. But
Justin agreed to ship our cars as well.
he sure didn't. Anyway, guys, let's flip back over to the web browser here. I'm going to talk a little bit more about what you guys are really here to see, which of course is the the Z06 information. Like I said, we got 610 horsepower at the wheels. So we know the car is creating about 670 at the crank. It's only losing about 60 horsepower to the wheels, which is really good. We have all the dyno graphs and everything here. This is something that Speed Phenom did on his channel, which was really cool. He actually did it here in Dallas. And if I had been told that he was going to be in Dallas, I would have been there to meet up with him as well. But you know how that goes. Some people like to keep things to themselves. But anyway, moving on, we're also going to talk about Speed Phenom's track times. Now he had it out on the track, and it is kind of cold where he's at, which I understand because I'm in Dallas right now, or we're in Texas, and it was like 40 degrees today, which is ridiculous. But the fastest time that he was able to get, fastest top speed, was 154 miles per hour. But that was mostly because the tires were cold. He could not get it to actually get any kind of traction. You know, the Sport Cup 2R tires really need to be heated up, especially if it's cold weather. And he wasn't able to get them hot enough to get some decent times out of that, or decent speed out of the car. We know the top speed of the car is going to be around 195. Actually, with the Z07, it's a little bit lower than that. But either way, he wasn't able to hit quite that close. But, you know, it is what it is. Speed Phenom will probably be the first one that hits a really good top speed on this because he does take the car to the track quite often. So if you're looking for track-focused stuff on a track-focused car, check out his channel. General Lee says, if I have my Z06, I will Z you guys there. Zia. So he'll be at Corvettes at Carlisle this year. We've missed him the last couple of years, so I hope you do come, General. I'd love to see you.
Are you still coming down this week?
Is it this week?
Yeah.
Oh, he's coming. I know that for sure.
Oh, was it
But
this
still,
week?
yeah.
I thought it was
coming
next
I don't know if
week.
it's this week, but
I thought it was. I thought it was.
I think
Thanksgiving.
General Lee needs a garage tour. I know he's
Yeah.
gonna hear me on that.
Oh, yeah.
If he can come over here, because I know his garage is better, but
It will be when that Z06 is in it.
Yeah. Steve has quite a garage here himself, so you can kind of see a little bit of it on the other view here, along with that guy over there playing on his cell phone. Yeah, there he is. There he is. So what do you want to tell the people, Shane?
Oh, what are we talking about exactly? Are we jumping into the Vets for Vets yet, or is that too soon?
No, but there's one specific thing that we want to hear from you.
74 thumbs up.
There it is. 74 thumbs up. All right.
What did
I
General
was
say?
confused. I'm live. I'm like,
General Lee on
"Ah."
the 22nd.
22nd.
All
Okay.
right.
Okay.
So General Lee will be in Texas on the 22nd. If that wasn't so close to Thanksgiving, I would be here too. But
Yeah, I thought he was coming during the weekend of. Okay. Sweet.
Here's the 22nd. Oh,
yeah, I'm not going to be able to be here, unfortunately. But
it's a Tuesday. Super Tuesday.
the garage looks awesome, says Joey B. That is Steve's garage. So this guy right beside me here. It does look really awesome though, and you can't even see the best parts of it, unfortunately. The car back there is slightly cut off, but that is his brand new 23 C8 Corvette, and he has it polished up like a diamond back there. So
And I went over 500 miles, and I went a little fast last night. I wrote some feeling. The radar detector works.
So, yeah, is that one, did it save you?
Yeah. Went from 140 down to something real quick.
Nice.
In Mexico, you know, you got to go.
Yeah, we don't advise these kind of shenanigans, just so you guys know. Brian Greer says, rev the C8. We can't do that, unfortunately. We're in a neighborhood where people will hate other people for that. General Lee says, I'm jealous of Steve's garage. His has a Corvette inside. Yeah. Yours will too, man. It's coming soon. It definitely is. Yeah. Dad's garage.
Yeah.
We don't speak of those numbers on this channel.
Well, that's little. I'm going higher than that.
Yeah.
That was just a start.
Shane says we got 75 thumbs ups. I love that he's still typing it in here, even though he's sitting right there. I love that. Anyway, let's go back to the browser. So we got the top speed run. Like I said, 154 miles per hour is as fast as Speed Phenom could get it, mostly because of the temperatures. Wasn't warm enough outside to get enough heat in the tires. And with those Sport Cup 2R tires, they are difficult to keep traction on if it's not warm enough. So anyway, moving on. The next thing we got is we're going to talk a little bit about the Stingray constraints and some Z06 allocation date adjustments. So on the Mid-Engine Corvette Forum.com again, we get some information about constraints, as well as the fact that this Wednesday, so in 2 days, we're going to hear 3 days. I'm sorry, because I thought today was Wednesday or Monday. So in 3 days, we're going to hear some actual allocation info for the Z06. So since we're getting another round of Z06 allocations that we weren't supposed to initially get, we're going to find out how many and where they're going. And that's going to be awesome.
Yeah. 80 thumbs up, Curly.
80.
See, that's why I'm typing it.
No, I like that approach better. I like that approach better. So I was thinking that there was a fire alarm going on.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, we do have some allocations coming out in a couple days here, guys. So if you're looking for a Z06, check with your dealership come Wednesday. You're probably going to have some idea if that dealership is going to get any allocations. And fingers crossed that mine does.
And $50,000 over, you can have one too.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it is what it is. Unfortunately, it seems like if you weren't early on the Z06 bandwagon, you might not get a car unless you plan on paying for it, like lots of money. Anyway, so we got some constraints. If you're looking for a base C8, I hate saying base C8, but at the end of the day, it's confusing when I'm talking about C8 and C8 Z06 and blah blah blah. Base C8. If you're looking for one of those, it looks like there might be a little bit of a constraint on Z51. So it looks like only the non-Z51 orders were going in today, and some were able to get mag ride. Please notice that the 0 for Z06s is just today. That's going to change as of Wednesday. So if you want some more information there, guys, like I said, midenginecorvetteforum.com will tell you all you need to know about constraints and hopefully when your Z06 might arrive. What?
Did you see it? She's talking to Amber's talking to you. She goes, "Hang in there, babe." I said, "I will, Amber."
Elijah, yes, this is something we talked about a little bit before, and his question is, isn't Chevy going to produce 15,000 Z06s per year? Initially, they were. Initially, that was what they wanted to do. Now, with that said, they have not produced anywhere near the amount of C8 Corvettes that they wanted to. So I'm sure that 15,000 Z06s is kind of based off the numbers of the C8. So I think the highest we've gotten to yet is like 25 or 26,000 C8s. They wanted to be at 40. So that number is directly affected by how many C8s they can produce. They're not producing the full amount of C8s, so they're not going to produce the full amount of Z06s. As of right now, I don't think they've even produced 100 Z06s yet. So
I don't know, but there's probably 20,000 C8s in just the DFW area alone.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, they are literally everywhere.
They really are. Guys, I was blown away whenever I came down here. I have seen a C8 literally every time we're going somewhere, there's at least one C8. And I haven't seen any C7s. I haven't seen any C6s.
Well, you saw mine.
I was in yours.
You were in mine.
I was in his C7, not noticing other C7s. But
Exactly.
we saw one yellow C8 pass us at one point that we were like, hey, there's a C8.
That was actually pretty funny.
Everywhere.
It was mine, so
Yeah, so that's my way of saying that these cars are actually starting to come out. They're being churned out a little bit quicker than usual. So as that number increases and more people get their C8s, that does mean they will make more Z06s as well to kind of feed off of those Z06 or C8s. So good news all around, really. We haven't had any serious holdups recently that will stop or slow down production of the C8 or the Z06. So good stuff. Now, another thing I want to mention is that this guy over here again, Shane, he is waiting for a C8 as well. And when his C8 comes in, him and I have some really cool plans in the works. So stay tuned for that because
You're gonna wrap it in Superman wrap?
Hell no.
Green Lantern.
so seriously, we do have some really cool things planned for his car, and he has a really cool spec coming. So stay tuned for that stuff, guys. Like I said, Shane's a cool dude. I'm going to do everything I can to help him out with any of his build stuff, and of course, we're going to document it because he's really camera worthy too.
Yeah.
I mean, look at him.
Yep. He's great on camera. We did a bunch of videos out in Carlisle with him. Yeah.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you laughing at now?
You're
Yeah. Yeah, Superman. That's not going to happen on any of my cars, but let's see what else. All right, so Brian Greer says we got 85 likes, guys. We definitely need to get that up a little bit. We typically go for about an hour on these Corvette Weekly episodes, but I'm curious, what do you guys think of the current setup? Like I said, I'm down here in Texas actually to meet up with the other 2 members of Vet Syndicate. Together, we are a tripod of Corvette people. Yeah. Steve's kind of tall, so one leg of the tripod's a little longer. Yeah.
I feel like I'm smaller.
Yeah, well, there you are because you're a little bit further back. I got to be closer to the
that's why.
computer.
Reminds
I
me.
can type
So
like
this.
when I was at your house, they're like, he looks really little. I'm like way down here.
That's side by side.
Yeah,
So I'm
there
like,
you go.
Like you're like,
Hello. Anyway, yeah, what do you guys think of the setup here? I love, I wish we could do it like this more often. This is so much better than the way we have to do it normally.
come to Texas, move here.
Yeah. Or you could move the PA. Why?
I can drive you around here. You can't drive.
You can't drive year round, only if it's not raining.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Steve can barely drive some
Hey,
around.
who's got more miles on who? Who had whose car first?
Yeah,
I
That's all
know.
I gotta say.
Whose wife has driven their car?
Hey, that's not gonna be. You won't say that until when
Yeah, right.
Dude, I freaked out when she was about to pull in the driveway.
like.
All right, Vet Sweet Nos says, can't wait for my Rapid HT. There's something flying around my face. Can't wait for my Rapid HTC 3LZ. I will wait for Aero if I have to. Still have my red eye, and temps went from 70 to 30 here, so I'm patient. Yeah. Reading
Where's
ABS
he at?
forum more than Corvette forums right now. Oh. Yeah, where are you at, Vet Sweet Nos? I'm not sure what state you're in. Tony says it's a good setup. I really like it. It was a heck of a lot easier getting this set up and ready to go than it is normally because I gotta pipe these guys in remotely, so we're like rushing around making sure everything's working beforehand. This time we just sat down and turned on the computer. 87 thumbs up, guys. Sounds like we need to get those thumbs ups. Yeah, let's
Good. I'm glad the Cowboys lost. I'm sorry. I just don't.
The who?
The Cowgirls.
I was gonna say it was barely a loss. The Packers really almost fudged that one,
Are they a
but
football team?
I
no.
don't watch NFL, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Cowboys lost in overtime. Yellowstone is on. I'm about to watch you guys. Oh. All right. Well, Dr. Corvette, we appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. As always, let me know when your Z06 comes in. He's in Indiana. Okay, so he's pretty close to. Are you
Yeah, it would be far for me if he's 2 hours from the
Bowling Green?
Bowling Green. Then he's probably 4 for me. He might be around Indianapolis or a little bit south of there.
Nice. Bill Smith says,
1 hour depending on the car.
"Sorry, Yellowstone starts now." Apparently, Yellowstone is the popular thing tonight.
Yeah.
Wheeler O'Hara, yeah, you missed a little bit of the talk of the dyno numbers. I haven't really dug into your email yet, but I know we had talked earlier or a while ago about some early speculation, I guess, comparing it to the Huracan and everything. We haven't really dug into that too much yet. I think we'll save that for probably next week's episode. Steve's iPhone 14 Pro is junk. It's junk.
Mine's Pro Max, so.
Yeah, his is a Pro Max, Amber, so you messed that up.
Yeah.
Dr. Corvette, I recorded Yellowstone to watch later. General, this is exactly why we like you, man.
I literally
at
just
that.
commented that too. I said, generally is the man. He knows how to yell.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Now, this is one of the reasons I've heard a lot of like amazing, the things you want to hear as a content creator. I heard this week from Shane. I asked him about, some of his jobs and stuff and how he finds time to watch our weekly live videos. And he literally will watch these, put them on while he's driving, put them on while he's doing other things that he should not be watching a phone with while doing. But it's just dedication. He is the most dedicated guy I have ever talked to in my life.
I have to admit though, when I do have you guys on for the live chats and I'm driving, I do hit the talk to text button, which completely mutes you guys, but allows me to talk into my phone and still give the thumbs up or make comments.
Yeah.
That is amazing. So guys, he does keep it semi-legit. He's not texting and driving, which is awesome. I'm actually very happy to hear that. The last thing I want is something to happen to you. You're too cool. So anyway, Stupid Fast Truck says he lives in Indiana as well, it looks like.
There's a lot of Indiana representing.
Yeah.
Go Hoosiers. Woo, woo, woo.
94 thumbs up, guys. We could really use some more of these.
Venmo $80.
Venmo $80. Yeah, I need to be paying attention to this. That is my
It's
bad.
actually on this phone. You
Yeah,
see it
I can
there?
pull it up here. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Once you sign in.
All right. $1 for every thumbs up. Dr. Corvette,
Yeah.
that is an amazing thing. That is an amazing thing. Thank you so much. I don't know. Is he even still on here? Or did he say that, or who said that?
That was Dr. Corvette, I think.
Yeah, but is he still on here?
Dr. Corvette, thank you if you are still on here. If not, maybe you'll watch it later. Thank you for the Venmo. That we all appreciate it. It will go back into the channel, guys. Any Venmo donations to the channel will always go back into the channel, and we will greatly appreciate
I think
anything
we're
you
in the
decide.
hole anyways.
Yeah,
Always in the hole.
we're very deep into a hole.
Paper Tiger on here.
Paper Tiger, he says, I'm fixing my Honda while watching this and laughing at this part. Yeah, that's good, dude. Do your own work on your cars. You will appreciate it later. Brian Greer says 96 likes. Thanks, guys. Thumbs ups are super important. Please hit that as much as possible.
Generally, you're the second person today to talk about Vet Syndicate hoodies.
Yeah, we will be looking into that.
Shame.
Yeah,
We will be looking into that.
it's mandatory.
Yeah.
Ralph Cruz says, so with my new C8 70th anniversary, only has 285 miles. When should I get my first oil change done? So the manual says 7,500 miles. With that said, I would not do that, and I would get it done at 500 miles.
Just like the
Oh,
C7.
I'm already on that.
500 miles. Don't wait.
Yeah,
I don't know why the manual would say 7,500 miles. That is a long time on an oil change. I would do it
I should
500.
actually go do that. I gotta talk about some warranty work anyway, so let's do that.
Yeah, go get your oil changed.
Because it's like the first year. You only get 1 year to do it, right?
Yeah, just one time, and it's only for a first year. So if you don't hit 7,500 miles anyway, get it done before that first year.
Steve
is
ain't
up.
hitting 7,500 miles. I don't care if he's got 500 on it now or not.
It took me 3 years to get
I
that.
know,
Yeah.
exactly.
Well, this car will be driven more.
Yeah, it will, but
And
it's
it's
still not
already
hitting
good.
7,500 in a year.
No, or 2 years.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we got 100 thumbs up currently, says Shane over in the corner, silently. Thank you, Shane.
We've actually moved up to 103 now.
103, guys. We are at 103. Yeah, there it is. You got to sound the alarm. We've crossed 100. Wheeler O'Hara says, Vet Syndicate question. Vet Syndicate question on merch. Does a 6XL work as a king-size blanket if you cut it down the middle?
It would for me.
I would imagine.
I put one of those on. I'm not joking. Because I put one of those on because it looked like it was across, like crooked.
Oh, yeah.
We could have, yeah, that was like, I could sleep in that thing. That was,
101, 103, 104. All right. Come on, guys. No Nürburgring time. Yeah, we still have not gotten the time. Now, with that said, Speed Phenom is out at a track. He's not going to go to the Nürburgring, I don't think, but he is going to get us some track times that we can at least compare to other cars. So stay tuned for that. I'm sure we will have more information on that coming very soon. Hey, Steve, you're really miling up that C8, says Amber. Yeah. I mean, how many you
You
at?
can slow down.
521.
521.3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me tell you, I have over 200 miles and no license plate, no
That's
registration,
true.
no anything.
I drove his C8 home from Dallas, XPEL Dallas, and I was like, wait a minute, you don't have a plate on this thing? Oh, nice. All right, so Steve Robertson comes in with the next Venmo, guys.
That is
Oh, Steve.
Yeah. Wait. I got to get it on camera. Here he comes. He's running around. He's enjoying the fact that we got a $100 Venmo donation from Steve Robertson.
You've made Steve's night. You and Dr. Corvette have made Steve's night.
Thank you, Steve.
100%.
We appreciate the donation. It definitely helps the channel. And any donation you guys give us gets split amongst all three of us. Even though you are donating to my Venmo, we all split it up to make this thing fair. So
And let's be thoroughly honest here. We actually really do appreciate it.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's not one of those fake, oh, thank you so much things. Like that money is 100% recycled back into the channel, and you can see it at work. You can gradually see if you start at the very beginning of
You
our
know what technology costs?
yeah,
Just the
yeah.
technology to do all this is a.
If you go back to the beginning of our Vet Syndicate or our Corvette Weeklies and just watch the first 5 episodes, you're going to see a natural progression of a guy with a camera, and then all of a sudden a guy with a camera that gets a little bit better equipment, a different way to pipe in some friends, some better audio equipment, some better camera equipment, and then some nice backgrounds to the entire image here, and some wireless cameras that we can set up anywhere and do different camera angles. Like it's been fun, but it has been expensive. So we do definitely appreciate any donations you guys throw at us, especially if they're Venmos, because YouTube likes to kind of rob us of
Yeah,
any
it's
kind of
insane.
super chats.
Jeez.
But we appreciate it again, guys. Thank you very much. Wait,
Amber.
Yeah, we'll come back to that. Hello, Steve Robertson, once again, thank you. We really, really appreciate that. Elijah says that Speed Phenom can go to Laguna Seca. That will be a really good track for him to go to, and we can compare that track time to other cars that are obviously notably fast and give us a good idea of where that car sits. So even though it's not the Nürburgring, it still is something. What about the Callaway Supercharger package? I have not heard anything more about that, Andrew. Unfortunately, the last thing I saw about it was just that it had been installed on a car, and I guess there are still R&D and some stuff, so we haven't heard anything just yet.
I personally am more excited about the Lingen filter, Magnuson supercharger.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that
Steve's got a bad shoulder because Steve can't do that.
Ligenfelter, the
How much to slap Justin? $100, I'll slap him.
no, my God, Jesus. All right,
200, we'll both slap him.
all right. So 500, they both slapped me, and I knocked them both out. All right, so
I know how to take a dive.
David Beagle says that he did oil samples on a new diesel engine for years, and you would be surprised at how much manufacturing dirt is in them brand new. He changed his C8 at oil at 1,000 miles. That's why I said I did mine at 500, and I would recommend everybody do the same. Everybody's going to say, or most of you out there are probably going to say, well, 500 is too soon. It's not. You're relying on the manufacturing oil and all the break-in bits in the engine not contaminating that oil. So
Doing that this week.
oil is cheap, engines are expensive. So change your oil as often as you can. That's the easiest way to say it. Amber Lynn gave the first super chat of the night. She says, I missed you, love. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. I threw up the Christmas tree in our house. Great. So we're ready for Christmas. Thank you, Amber.
I did comment and tell her I was keeping you warm and I was the big
The big spoon.
She
Steve,
appreciated that too.
Ralph Cruz says, Steve, how much for your Corvette shirt?
How much I pay for it?
Yeah,
80.
Yeah, everybody's
80
loving on your pullover.
$80 bucks.
Weird.
$80.
Hey, but I got my first Z06. I don't know how to get to the.
You know,
to the
funny, I
camera.
bought this when I had this in anticipation.
Here, I'll switch the camera for you, Jason. Check out Jason's shirt. Yeah, I want that shirt.
Yep, I got my Z06.
You got
Shirt.
Didn't even have to freaking pay over MSRP.
Nope.
It was $28.
Yep, delivered.
All right. So anyway, let's see. Dr. Corvette. Thank you, Dr. Corvette. We did thank you for your $1 per thumbs up thing too. We really appreciated that. But he says he's still here. He's dedicated to. You made him feel bad.
But Steve Robinson said, I'm doing more. And I ran around. He missed that one too.
Yeah. So
Well, did he ever leave, or is he? Did he say he was back, or did he
Yeah.
ever? Okay,
maybe he never left. But anyway, for how much did Steve Robertson give?
100.
For $100, you get to see Steve our Steve run around the garage a couple of times like an idiot. So let's see if we can do that.
He's going streaking.
Amber says, Steve, that is a nice
$1,000
pullover.
you get
Oh my God.
$1,000 we're all going streaking.
$1,000 donation. Steve's gonna run around the garage naked. God, please let us get $1,000. I want to see this guy do
Let us
this.
not get $1,000.
I didn't say I'm gonna watch. I'll be like this, but it's gonna be hilarious for everybody else watching.
Thunder from down under. So, gosh.
Get canceled. All right, so don't be greedy, Justin. YouTube only takes 60%.
Yeah,
More
no.
than that.
It's actually closer to 70%. I've noticed, but let's see. I think Paragon did a video of installing a Pro Charger. Yeah, nobody cares about Paragon. 109 thumbs up, guys. 109. We could use a little bit more of these. Who is typing on behalf of Vet Syndicate?
I don't know. What?
It's not me.
Oh yeah, it's me.
I was gonna
No,
say,
I'd say it's not
I'm sitting here watching you guys. Neither one of you are touching your phone, and
No,
somehow we're getting messages
it's
up in
me.
here.
Somebody hacked this.
I'm on the Vet Syndicate page.
Generally, do not donate $1,000.
I know.
Like,
All right, I'll tell you what. If you donate $9.99, I'll make sure he doesn't ever do it.
Yeah.
He never declothes ever again. Oh God. Okay, so General Lee says, Jason, I have several Z06 shirts and a hoodie. Just afraid to wear them until I at least get an allocation.
See,
Yeah.
I get superstition. There's
Yeah.
certain things that I do. I don't change. This necklace, everybody goes, why the heck do you still wear that thing? It's
That's
just
why
one of
I
those things.
refused to drive my Corvette
In the
I
rain?
until I owned it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I thought you were saying in the rain.
I would do it.
Superstitions are kind of a real thing, but
Yeah.
yeah, Dr. Corvette's talking about the amount of money we put in the channel, and he said also not to mention the giveaways. So yeah, that's another thing. We actually will have a pretty cool giveaway coming for you guys next week, and it's actually that giveaway is coming to us from again that guy. He gave us something really cool to give to you guys, and we're going to talk a lot about that next week. Just because it would be a little too much to do this week. I think we have a lot going on here, but either way, stay tuned for next week, guys. We're going to have some really cool giveaway items, and you're going to want to be part of that. Looks like we have 114 thumbs ups.
Correct.
Steve, I'm glad to see you're not sleeping today.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wide awake.
I haven't even heard him yawn once. Not even one time.
And he's like,
Oh, what's in there? Is that coffee in that cup?
that's green tea, but it's
Green tea.
caffeinated.
Yeah, there you go. That's why. All right, guys, 114 thumbs up. We could really use some more of those. Be really cool.
On right now.
I don't know. I can't see.
116 watching.
116 watching, and wait, how many thumbs up? 114, man. That's
114,
that's
you were
pretty
close.
close. That's almost 1-to-1 ratio. Anyway, guys, for those of you just tuning in, we talked about the dyno of the new Z06 hitting 610 horsepower to the wheels, which is really awesome. That came to us from Speed Phenom YouTuber. He took the car to the track as well and hit a top speed of, I think it was 154.
Yeah, 154.
And it was only because of cold tires. He couldn't warm up the tires enough to get a better top speed. With that said, we also had just a regular customer receive his Z06, and he had some thoughts on it, some pros and cons, and really it was mostly pros. The car's really awesome, and some of the cons were that the gas mileage isn't the greatest, but we're not buying these cars for the gas mileage, of course, and you're going to be spending most of your life at 8,500 RPM in the Z06, so yeah, it's not going to do the greatest on gas, but it is going to sound like a beast, and it's going to be fast, so yeah. That's pretty much what you've missed if you just tuned in. There's also some new Stingray constraints that you can check out over at the Corvette forum. And the Z06 allocations are coming later this week on Wednesday. So if you are interested in a Z06, your dealer might be getting some more allocations as of Wednesday. So check with them at that time. So 117 thumbs up, says Shane. He says it quietly over there in the corner.
Are we going to talk about no?
What?
GT3 versus C8?
I have not actually seen that article yet, Sonic Cloud, but I will check that out. Maybe we'll talk about that later this week.
Gas mileage was what, 21?
That was the best he averaged over the previous 50 miles or something,
Yeah.
was 21. Yeah, exactly. Stupid Fast Truck says, LOL gas mileage. My freaking Dodge Ram gets 9 miles per gallon. So I'm not that worried about
Hey, but
miles
you
per gallon.
can get 14 if you put it in snow mode.
Yeah. I've had my truck in snow mode one time.
Dude,
And
I
it was-
drove
and
it-
it was by accident.
Well, I'm glad you did because I got me back here.
Yeah,
and
right.
it actually got really good gas mileage. I was impressed.
General Lee, I actually am on that same thought process. He says, I'm glad the gas mileage sucks. Now I get to talk to more people about the Z06 at the gas station.
Which is
I
a
am-
great place.
I'm usually on the end of, I like when the gas mileage sucks because that means that GM did every single thing they could to squeeze as much horsepower out of that engine as possible, and that's why I like it. Now at 9 miles per gallon is absolute trash. Yes, it is, and I love every second of it.
We're getting dating offers.
Yeah, I see.
Oh, nice. It's because Steve offered to run around naked.
That's what happens.
Add that user. Okay. All right. Where is the Italian Ferrari? What?
He's talking
behind
about
us.
my. He must be watching my photo.
It's right behind
she's
us.
in here doing something.
What?
It's my wife.
Oh, really?
She's been on my post because
Oh.
I said
Oh, the Italian. Yeah.
I'll do the 1,000, but it has to be all four of you. No way are we all running around naked in here. That is not happening.
I'll do it by myself if you donate to these gentlemen.
Shane,
I'll let them record it.
Run around like this.
Dr. Corvette, Shane
And then you
said.
two run into each other by accident, fall to the
Shane
ground.
said he will do it. All of us will be sitting here with our eyes closed, but you will see Shane running around here naked.
And
I
then you
will
will
support
see
you. I
Justin's
will support
channel
you.
completely.
Yeah, you'll see all the viewers currently active just drop off, and YouTube will ban me.
Exactly.
It would be funny for a second though. Let's see what else we got
It's a
here.
grower, not a shower.
God.
Just saying it now, so you guys don't make fun of me later.
Yeah, they are. Brian, I took care of them though. We're good. Does my used car have the actual engine? I'm not sure what you mean. Lego says, if you're buying this car, you're not worried about the mileage. That's 100% true. YouTube will ban you, but it will be awesome. Yeah. Liegenfelter getting 8 Z06 from Les Sanford eventually. That'd be pretty cool. That means maybe they have something up their sleeve. Shane says we got 117 thumbs up currently. Let's go, everybody. Come on. Let's smash that thumbs up button. It's really easy. It's free. It's cheap.
In general, he's going to just go ahead and never wind and watch Yellowstone. He's not going to watch that.
Yeah, we're not going to see anybody run around naked. We'll just go watch some TV. Again, General, thank you for your support by not going and watching a show that's probably better than this one, unfortunately.
I've never watched that.
I haven't either, but I've heard good things. Let's see what else we got. I'm going to check my Venmo one more time, make sure I'm not missing any of you guys out there. Nope, not yet. So once again, I do want to mention one more time, the link in the description down below. It is for donating to a good cause. It's for our vets. We did have a show this weekend down here in Texas. It was called Vets for Vets. We had a car show where we were accepting donations to One Tribe, which is a charity company that helps support veterans.
Yeah.
That
They have counselors for them because a lot of them, again, they struggle when they come back, especially the ones that have seen things that most of us have been fortunate enough not to see and be a part of. And
We're gonna have to do this in the summer, though.
It was really cold.
Because it was cold, we didn't have quite the turnout we wanted, but
And we had a bunch of there were so many Veterans Day events going on.
Yeah, there was
So
a
we can do it in the
bunch.
summer, and we'll have Amber can come back down here.
yeah,
She's
there we
gonna
go.
like that.
Yeah. We'll definitely be doing these kind of things a lot more often too. Vet Syndicate in general is going to try to start hosting at least one show a month, and the bigger shows I'll come down here for as well.
And we do want to say, those of you that did donate, if any of you guys are watching, thank you. And those that came out, thank you. We had a good time.
Yeah,
We had a
we
really
raised
good time.
$1,000.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we raised $1,000
That's a lot
from
for how many people that were there.
from a relatively small car show. That's why I wanted to drop the link in the description just so you guys could continuously donate if you couldn't make it to the show. It's for a good cause. None of us get any of the money. It goes straight to the charity, and apparently 100% of it goes to them. Like there's no high up CEO that gets a bunch of money and can buy new cars and stuff with it. It all goes to the actual cause.
Right.
So good stuff there. Can you all discuss the 120 dealership non-customer orders for the Z06? Doug, we will talk about that in the future because we've talked a little bit about it on the channel before, but a lot of them are getting Z06s and they're auctioning them off. And that's really disgusting because those cars are probably going to go for
Ridiculous amounts of
I
money.
mean, I could see them going for 300,000 to 500,000 right off the bat, maybe more, like literally millions. And it's going to be ridiculous, but we will talk about that. I think we'll talk about that next week as well, because we have that list of dealerships charging over MSRP over at the Vet Syndicate Instagram account. We talked about that a little bit on a prior live video, but it is something that's unfortunately real, and I can't say anything more other than it's disgusting.
Sad part is the 3 highest states are California 13, Florida 13, Texas 15, the highest.
Yeah.
Well, of course, look how big our state is.
Justin Robinson says, would you trade your C7 ZR1 for a C8 Z06 right now? I don't think so. Because I have a pretty good feeling that, at least I'm hoping, that I'm going to have an allocation here this week for a Z06. And if that's the case, I don't need to trade my ZR1. But stay tuned. You guys will be the first to know if I do get it. Does the Z06 come stock with a supercharger? No, it does not. It is a totally naturally aspirated engine, which is really ridiculous when you think about the fact that it's creating 610 horsepower to the wheels without a turbo, without a supercharger. It's nuts. Amber says she'll answer for me and say, nope, not happening. 122 thumbs up currently, guys. I appreciate it, but we could really use a couple more of those. Would be really nice. We got about 10 more minutes on this live before we're going to start wrapping it up. He's not allowed to sell it per his wife, LOL. It's NA and Dyno Inc. 610, yeah, which is ridiculously awesome. Money is no object. Question for each of you. Would you take a C8 Z06 over a new GT3?
Yes.
I'm not going to answer that without driving both. But without driving both,
He just said, I'm not going to answer it. And he said, I'm going to answer it.
I can't officially answer it without driving both, but if I had to speculate, No, I'd take a GT3. I know that's going to be an unpopular opinion, but I know I've driven a previous gen GT3, and unless the new C8 Z06 is really mind blowing, I don't know. I shouldn't answer this. I need to drive both cars. There's just no way for me to know enough about it.
I'm staying Corvette. I still say Z06.
I think the Corvette will probably be pretty good, but the new
I'm not saying I wouldn't sell it immediately. Like 100. Okay, you could.
Well, here's my thing. Am I going to track it daily or am I going to leave it in the garage and drive it on a Saturday? You know what I mean? If I'm going to do that, then I'm going to do the Z06 because I prefer the appearance.
Oh, okay.
You
Well,
know?
this isn't. He's not asking about the GT3 RS either. So the GT3 still has your creature comforts.
But I meant
Yeah,
just
sex
because
extension,
I
yeah.
like the way it looks. You know what I mean?
The bots.
Trying to get
The
some-
bots are back.
Trying to get some girl 69 dates.
I banned the bot. I got it, guys. Don't worry about
Don't
it.
talk about running around naked anymore. We're saying
That's what happens, man.
That's what it is. They're triggering the bots to come
Yeah.
out. 127 thumbs up currently, guys. That's pretty cool. Thank you.
She knows with me. Loyalty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He says he's a Corvette guy. He will always pick the Corvette. And I'll be honest, I will almost always myself, but something's just got me scared about this Z06. And trust me, I hope I'm wrong. I really do. And hopefully I know this week if I'm getting an allocation, because if I do, then I'll know the answer to this question here pretty soon. I've driven a GT4. I've never driven a GT3 that I can recall, but the GT4 handles itself in a really, really awesome fashion. Now, would I say that that's better than my ZR1? No, I would not. But well,
Steve's phone just died.
Steve's
it already
iPhone
doesn't
14.
work as it is. Now he's going to drop it on the floor.
yeah. All right. 130 thumbs up currently. All the car channels love the Z06. Yeah, and that's the thing is, that is also kind of scary when no one says anything bad about it. Because every fantastic product has at least one bad thing. I want to hear some bad things. And bad gas mileage isn't bad enough. Nobody cares about gas mileage.
The fact that GM can't produce it, which
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
That's it.
That might be the bad thing. Okay. Either, like I said, I don't want to make an absolute official opinion on this until I could drive at least the Z06, because I'll know within 10 seconds of driving that car if it's amazing or not. 11-second clips seems to think that is all pretty funny. Give your hands a break today. I don't know what that means. I'd take a Z06, but the GT3 has slightly more badge snobbery and probably rarity.
definitely has the badge. Now.
It definitely has the badge snobbery, but right now it does not have the rarity. The Z06 is ridiculously rare, and it will probably stay that way if I had to guess for at least a year, maybe two. Just like the C8 did for the first year or two. It was really rare. It was really hard to get. So odds are good the Z06 will do the same thing. Bad gas mileage for a $106,000 car, Ferrari Huracan R8 killer. I'll take 3. Exactly. I don't care about gas mileage at all. Joining late, what were the horsepower and torque numbers? So I'll recap for all you guys. The dyno was 610 horsepower to the wheels and 419 torque to the wheels. So the car only loses about 60 horsepower from the transmission to the actual wheels, which is really good. So 610 and 419. Very, very good numbers. The top speed of the car was only able to get up to 154 due to the weather being so cold. The rear tires were not able to be warmed up enough to get any kind of real traction. So further testing will come later, I'm sure. But for now, that's the numbers we have. Quick question. What do you think is more desirable?
70th.
C8R or 70th?
70.
I agree, 70th. Shane? What does Shane say?
70th also. That's the spec that I'm looking to build.
Hey, don't give away too much.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
In purple.
It's your build.
Oh yeah. If I get my allocation in spring of 23 and it doesn't
What color?
fall in, carbon flash black.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
That's
Yeah.
my spec. I've built out 2 and
Yeah, I like that.
that's what I'm hardtop convertible.
He's getting the color that I wish I could get, but I don't want to get the 70th anniversary edition because I don't like the color of the interior. Even though Shane showed me some tricks to kind of change it up a little bit, I still just want what I want. I'm not gonna. I wish I could get carbon flash, but I can't. Let's see what else we got. It's more likely the released crank power ratings were underrated to make dyno numbers like that. It is, but at the same time, the C8 Corvette itself was dynoing around 445 when having 495 horsepower, so it's right around that same amount. It's not losing that much power because it's a rear-wheel drive car and the engine sits right on the transmission pretty much. So there's not a whole lot of area for it to lose power through. Let's see what else we got. GT3 has a proven mechanical history. Z06 doesn't. The Z06 kind of does. That's the thing for me is that the C7 Z06 was a very solid car. This guy knows that. I had one for quite some time too. Never had any problems with it. I don't actually know anybody who's had a C7 Z06 and actually had issues with it outside of the overheating thing. If you had an automatic, without that, I've heard no issues with that car. So, while I do agree the GT3 has quite a solid mechanical history as well, I think it's unfair to say that the Z06 doesn't. Do you think the recession is going to impact the price in a few years? I think the recession is impacting the price right now.
I would agree.
Or at least inflation is. The price of the car is a lot higher than a lot of us thought it was going to be, and I can guarantee you that has a lot to do with inflation. And yes, I do believe the numbers will be impacted even more in the future. 134 thumbs up currently, guys. Could really use some more of those babies. Look at this. This is such an easy thing to do, and it's free. 135, 136. It's going up. I like that, guys. Thank you. The thumbs up really, really helps the channel, and it helps us grow, and it helps us know that you're liking the content. So please continue to do so. Wheeler says, I never thought I'd go for red, but when U3LZ two-tone and carbon fiber to the interior, it dulls the red to be much more subtle. Yeah, the red on the Z06 looks really good. Apparently my dog just woke up and heard my voice and he thought I was home. That's sad. Poor little guy. Dad's Garage says, I had no issues with mine, including overheating. 100%.
He has no issues now because he doesn't have a Corvette.
He might be getting another one. He might be getting another one.
Hey, you should be going. He was looking at mine.
Yeah.
Buy it.
Yeah, we were looking at another one today too, though.
Yep.
I'd be okay with him getting either one of them.
I kind of think the other one is the way to go.
I do too.
Unfortunately for him.
C6?
Yeah.
No.
No, not. Oh, you said C6? Oh, yeah, no.
No.
So, Justin, if you do receive an allocation and it's not a Z07 allocation, will you still get the car? I most certainly will. Yeah, so, General, last night I was actually sitting at Jason's house, and I was sitting right beside Shane, and I was building my C8 Z06 to send to my dealership. And I noticed that I built the car, and this is going to be kind of hard to explain, so you're going to have to just kind of trust what I'm saying. I built the car, everything I wanted, plus the Z07 package. And then I sent that to the dealership, and then I built the same car without the Z07 just so he knew exactly what I wanted either way, because I want whichever one won't be on constraint. The difference was only $500, and the car looks exactly the same. So I'm able to get the exact same car, the exact same options, minus the Z07 package, which in this case, without the options being affected, is only a stiffer suspension, is the only thing I will not be able to get. And it's only $500 different. If you have questions about that, feel free to text me or whatever, and I'll go over the details with you. But ultimately, yes, I will get the car either way, and it will look 100% the same either way.
Well, does General have his allocation, or is it been accepted? Like, he can't make no changes, right?
I don't think it's been accepted.
Okay.
144 thumbs up, 146 thumbs up.
Text me, Dad's Garage.
Yeah. No, Elijah, I decided to pass on the carbon wheels for now, but I am going to get the carbon ceramic brakes. I'm passing on the carbon wheels just because the cost is significant.
How much are they again?
And I'm going to talk
I got
more.
that the other day. How much are the wheels again? The carbon?
11,999, so
For all
12,000.
four?
Yeah. I'm going to update everybody on the channel once I know if the order, if I get an allocation.
The carbon flasher 10.
Yeah. If I get an allocation for the car, I will update you guys all on what my build was. It is slightly different than the previous video I made showing what my build was. I'll update you guys as soon as that gets accepted. General Lee says, you are so correct. I did the same, and you get the 4S tires. So no, actually, in my case, the tires did not change. I was still able to keep the Sport Cup 2Rs. The only thing I lost was just the stiffer suspension.
Wow.
I'll send you the link. If you want to, like I said, if you want to know more about it, let me know. I'll send you the links and show you exactly what I did. Any way to get one, I can pay over. You could probably go to almost any dealership if you want to pay over.
It depends on what you're willing to pay.
Yeah, I know. What is it? Boardwalk Chevrolet, where Jason got his C8.
50.
They want 50K over.
Right where I got mine's 50.
Yeah.
I know that.
At 50, you're probably going to be pretty high on the list too, because most people aren't going to do that. Oh, okay. So General said he did update his order in the system, but you haven't gotten an allocation yet, right? I'm pretty sure he hasn't. Alex, as of right now, there is no E-Ray news, but if I had to guess, I have a weird suspicion that we're going to be hearing something about the E-Ray within the next couple weeks. It definitely will not look the same if the Aero is on constraint. You're right. This is assuming that the Aero is not on constraint. I love the interior on the anniversary car, both GT2 seats and competition as well. No switches up the colors. Yeah, Dr. Corvette, that's actually the thing that Shane showed me that I didn't initially know, was that the colors will change if you switch it over to a competition seat. I thought that was pretty cool.
I do love the interior on the 70th. That's why for me it's just I just and the colors. I don't know. Even though I have yellow and I love the yellow C8R and I love the hypersonic grays, but no.
Yeah, I agree. All right, we're going to check the Venmo one more time, see if anybody else has donated. Nope, we're still at the same.
Send me money. Send us money.
Again, one more time for those just joining, if you check out the link in the description down below, we did run a Vets for Vets car show where we were, the proceeds were going to a charity for the veterans. If you wanted to support that particular charity at all, click that link and then you can support it however you'd like. All of the money goes to the charity, none of it goes to us. So if you're looking to try to support the veterans, that's a really good way to do it. If the Aero is on constraint, will you still get it or pass? I will still get it because I would find the Aero from another company, probably ACS Composite. So one way or another, I'm getting this car.
Yeah.
And honestly, the Aero from GM is almost $11,000. And I bet you if I cut that off and just got the Aero from like ACS Composite, I'd save quite a bit of money by doing that. Hello, everyone. No way, no how any Corvette will ever touch the build quality of a Porsche. I'm a Porsche guy. I like this Corvette, but will the quality be there long haul? Cool chat, Justin. Yeah, Les, I don't necessarily disagree. The Porsche definitely has some awesome quality, but I don't want to guarantee of anything just yet. I need to spend some time with the Z06 before I make that judgment. But I'll be honest, I am more of a Corvette guy, so I'm leaning towards the fact that the quality I've seen out of Porsche and the quality I've seen out of Corvette as of late, I honestly don't see a whole lot of difference. But I don't want to say necessarily for guaranteed either way. So we'll update all this stuff very soon, especially if I'm able to get my hands on a Z06. Come on, guys, let's hit 170 thumbs up. We got 152 currently. I would really like to hit at least 170. Would be really awesome. General Lee says, I have the order in the system. Now has the Z07 Aero without the actual Z07 package. Looks like a Z07 just with 4S tires. That's pretty much what I did too, but I was able to also keep the Sport Cup 2Rs. Wheeler says, well done, Justin. That's the right answer, and that is exactly what I'm doing for my Aero and CF interior. All aftermarket for way cheaper. Get the car first at all costs, 100%. That's what I want to do, just because I have really good connections because of YouTube for aftermarket companies that make these kind of parts. So if I have to, I can wait and grab the parts from them for a lot cheaper than the $11,000 that GM wants. Got to have the big brakes. I will. I'll have the carbon ceramics. 155 thumbs up currently. We're definitely not going to do a 2-hour live tonight, unfortunately. There's no way we would keep anybody's attention for that long.
Look at mine. I need to pee.
156 thumbs up currently.
I know.
All right, so donate $100 if you want to see Jason pee in a cup.
My doctor has.
Oh, Lord have mercy. All right, so good luck getting it, Justin. Thank you, 11-second Eclipse. I actually am pretty hopeful. I think it's going to happen this week. Fingers crossed. Guys, if you could, say a prayer for Horsepower Obsessed that we can get a Z06. Because if I do, all these guys will benefit from it because it's coming down here at some point.
Yep.
I guess you just have to store the ZR1 in right here. You can
Yeah.
store it in here. I won't drive it.
Yeah, yeah, definitely not. The steel ones are still plenty big, and for the track, you should steer away from ceramics or it's super costly. Yeah, the steel is very good. I've heard mixed opinions about running the carbon ceramics at the track. Some people say it's okay. Some people say You shouldn't because of how costly they are, but no one's really gonna.
I think the debate on that though is the track time versus the ceramics. If you track once or twice a year, legitimately track it, minus just you know 0 to 60s or drag strip times. I think you'll be just fine with the ceramics all the time when you're daily driving it. But if you're going to track it more and more and more, you might want to think about the steel common standard brakes.
That's 100% right. So Shane's got it hit right on the head there. Is if you're going to live on the track, don't get the carbon ceramics. If you're going to track,
you got a lot of money.
Yeah, if you're going to track once or twice, you know, even once a month, it's probably fine. Amber says I won't drive it. How? Yeah. Porsche drivers have had tons of headaches on ABS running ceramic rotors, so don't make that mistake. Yeah, I haven't had any issues. So, Speed Phenom says all the track guys do steel brakes. Even the C8R has steel brakes. Again, if you do track times a lot, go with steel brakes. If you're going to be a weekend warrior, carbon ceramics are fine. Justin, I have plenty of room for your ZR1 in the 3-car garage. That's for one car.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I think we're going to about wrap this up real quick. If you just joined, I'm going to really quickly recap what we talked about here today. That is the dyno results from the C8 Corvette Z06 with the Z07 package. It hit 610 horsepower to the wheels. So it only loses about 60 horsepower from the transmission to the wheels, which is really cool. 419 torque. And then the top speed that the Speed Phenom was able to hit recently on cold tires was 154 miles per hour. After the tires are warmed up and on appropriate warmth day, it's probably going to hit closer to that 190 where it should be. There is some new C8 Corvette constraints, and we're also getting some Z06 allocations later this week, probably Wednesday. So make sure you follow up with your dealership if you're looking to get a Z06. Other than that, if you guys want to check out the link in the description down below, you will see our Vets for Vets charity, which is the One Tribe, and any donations there will go straight to the veterans. None of us take a cut of it. Nobody else gets a cut. It goes straight to that actual charity. We would appreciate any support in that link below. Other than that, I think we're good, guys. We're going to sign off here. It was really awesome to see you guys on Sunday night. It was awesome to hang out with these guys for the last couple days. We're hanging out here in Steve's garage, and of course, it's always a cool time. And then, of course, we got Shane over here. Woo woo! He's the thumbs up man, and one of the coolest dudes I've ever met. He is a subscriber, so
thank you, Brian Greer, for assisting and taking over my job today since I was doing the live with these boys. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Brian. But again, guys, Shane's a really good example of what can happen whenever you have a YouTube channel or even any kind of Instagram following. You meet a lot of really cool people. Yeah.
Or a stalker.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
You get your 15 minutes.
Anyway, seriously though, guys, you get to meet a lot of really cool people, and Shane is living proof of that. This is actually my first time meeting Steve too. So again, you get to meet really cool people.
We've only been talking for like 3 years.
Yeah. I feel like I got out of the car and I didn't even feel like I had to meet him because I already know him anyway. But officially we have met, and guys, it's really awesome to have a subscriber sitting right here to my left, not Jason, but
Further left.
Yeah, over there. Yeah, there he is.
The kitty chair.
It's really cool to have him here. We appreciate his help with everything as usual. He's here with our live channel and still assisting in some way. So really awesome stuff. But anyway, guys, if you liked, please drop some thumbs up before you leave. Yeah, hit it hard. And yeah, I guess, guys, we'll see you next Monday. We're going to go back to Mondays next week. So
32 next week.
Yeah, 32nd will be the next week's show. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Wish me luck on a Z06, and we'll see you next Monday.